Hello guys, in this video I would like to showcase my C2 Yelan, and I hope you guys will enjoy the video. Without further ado, let's get into it. The stats I will be using for this video are as follows. Well, I have been farming Emblem for quite a while, so my pieces are pretty decent. You might notice that my energy recharge is lower than one would expect, but not to worry because Constellation 1 fixes that issue mostly. It's as if you had an inbuilt sacrificial weapon in your arsenal. And obviously the C2 is also amazing because not only does it increase your damage by quite a good amount, but it also means more hydro application. And I would also like to say that I will be eventually going for C3 on a rerun and maybe even C6, but that's like way down the line. And as you can see, she is triple crowned. So with the build out of the way, let's go. The first team I would like to use is one that maximizes on Yelan's own damage output, and for that purpose I think it's best to run a Cho, as he will be shredding some hydro resistance, I believe with his C2. Naturally C0 Kazuha for that sweet Viridescent shred and that sweet elemental damage boost, and Cyphus' Moonlight, which helps the energy needs a little bit. And of course a Zhongli, because I can't be arsed to dodge, and it also helps shredding some extra resistance
Osmanthus
as well. And
one.
yeah, Osmanthus one, we know, dude. I think Cho is also quite well built, as you can see. And I believe he is also rocking... Yeah, it's a damage build, so the overall team output should be quite decent. And with the teams that explore what we can do, let's go. So yeah, this dude is usually a pushover, so
witness the power. Fallen leaves adorn my things up. Silver. Busted.
well, that was him.
Solidify!
Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter. Here comes the catch. Quietly now.
And that was that.
Wind strider. Game's up. Silver. Gotcha. Busted.
This one is actually not gonna be possible, I think. Or is it?
Rain cutter. These are about to get dicey. Gotcha. Quietly now.
Stabilize!
Gotcha. Here comes the catch.
Right. Choice.
Busted.
Yeah, the elemental shields were kinda cringe, but the output is like still more than fine.
Gather!
Let me read you a verse. Know my sword. Game's up. Flying silver. Quietly now.
Now this slug is getting
Busted. Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power of the rock. Huh? Here comes the catch. Quietly now. Gotcha.
absolutely fantastic, as you can see. Let's try a couple more bosses, and after that let's move on to Abyss, I think. Another team variant I always use her in is obviously Yoimiya Double Hydro, or Yoimiya Hydro Electro, or Yoimiya Tunjin. All of those are like quite enjoyable to do. But with C2 I think it's kinda unfair to pair her with the main DPS because she's gonna be doing the damage anyway. Yeah, it's as if like things do not even have an HP bar. They just completely evaporate. Just to be fair, I'm gonna show off the Yoimiya build as well. And the team. Well, naturally my Shimevana artifacts are also quite high investment because I farmed so much emblem. I've had her since her first run, by the way. She's one of my favorites, next to Yelan. So I am really glad that this team is working, or that they synergize in general, because I just like both of them a lot. And obviously anything that's single target is going to get destroyed. The best thing is that it's easy to use, you don't have to do any charge attack cancels or anything. You're just like basically spectating funny numbers go per. And for that, this team is absolutely fantastic. One of the other high benefits of Yelan is that it frees up your Jingcho or your child or anything, you know, so if you are lacking Hydro units, just pull a Yelan, and then for Abyss you will have 2 teams worth of Hydro. So you don't have to use them together at all. You can see that he actually entered this phase by the time I finished setting up my rotation, which is quite funny.
Here comes the catch.
And obviously you can use her in many different team compositions. I think I have a couple set up here, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so this is my traditional Yoimiya team, and the other variation I like to use her in is a Eula team with like triple carry.
Let's go get ourselves
like this. I also like using her in Nilou Bloom teams a lot, which you can see here. Obviously this is quite an expensive team, but you can easily replace Nahida and Kokomi with like Barbara, Yao Yao, basically anything. I've been using Jingcho, Kirara as well. Nilou Bloom team options are actually not as limited as some other people tell you to, but that's another tangent. You can use like a lot of different characters for it. You can also use Yelan in Hyperbloom, and thanks to the C2 the application is better, so it's quite a comfy Hyperbloom team as well. And obviously the traditional crit teams are where she shines the most, I think. But basically why I like Yelan is, as I've mentioned, that any team she just elevates, and you can run pretty much anyone as long as she's in the team, and that is even more true once you acquire C2 or C3. And once you acquire like C6, then you do not even need a team pretty much, it's just gonna be her carrying everything anyway. And with that out of the way, let's show off the teams I mentioned in Abyss. First of all, I will be showing a full clear with a Nilou Bloom team.
Make yourselves at home.
Don't wanna be dodging white, so I hope the bleed will not be much of an issue. We will see, I guess. Honestly, the Yelan variant of Nilou Bloom is one you should be bringing more to like single target content, not like a lot of small mobs like this.
Gotcha.
Don't be scared. Everyone hold hands. Here. All eyes on me.
By the way, my Nilou is full HP build, but she does have the key of Cash Nishu.
Hold your hand.
Busted. Here comes the catch. Take it easy.
Yeah, don't be scared.
Let's just heal a bit.
Quietly now.
Ults back as well, you know.
Aeonblight, you're up. Position.
And we're done.
Busted. Matters are about to get dicey.
So here you should be approaching the archers because the dancers will come
Don't
to
be
you.
scared. The Temple of Wisdom. Get it here.
Gotcha.
And just as I said that advice, I wasn't following it, so that's a
Here
test.
comes the catch.
Oh, by the way, one downside of this team is that be careful not to kill your own teammates with your blooms.
Ready, go. Aeonblight.
Other good advice is, I don't know,
Gotcha.
don't get bullshitted by the AI, I suppose. After this I will be showcasing the other half as well, naturally.
You are not welcome here.
Sharing my knowledge. Positions. Don't be scared.
Busted. Gotcha. Game's up. Fun's over.
Yeah. Hey, make yourselves at home.
Yeah, I love the teleporting lady who does it, right?
Stay put. Everyone hold hands. This dance is for you. Yes.
Quietly now. Here comes the catch.
Lest I forget, I will be showing some of the builds. For the next one I will be using official with elegy and for pistonacity. And I'm only including her to have an electro on the second half. And
I created another universe.
I'm gonna
and
also be
founded
showing my
paradise.
Nilou and Nahida build. I didn't have anything too crazy on the Nahida. And my Nilou is C2R1. As you can see, it's full HP build, nothing too crazy. Oh, by the way, you do not have to level the talents, I just like the character, so I did it. But honestly, you can do without that. And if I find it, I'm gonna also show the Yao Yao. I like to build her for EM as well, obviously, because her healing is already like quite good. Although I did include a healing circlet, just in case, you know. It's kind of a weird hybrid build. But she's a very useful character, and as you can see, mine is C0, and it's more than enough. And now I'm gonna show off a Yoimiya team on the second half. And since Yelan is the only Hydro, it will be slightly harder to get the energy back. If you're struggling with energy, even at C2, I recommend running an energy, sands. But I much prefer running HP sands with Favonius if you want to get your energy needs. Or if you have Elegy of the End, you can also equip Yelan with it, as it will be buffing the whole team.
This is order. Gather. No rest.
Honestly, you should be running
Things
Elegy.
are about to get dicey.
I'm just like a very greedy player, so I like running the big number.
Time for a light show.
Busted. Game's up. Fun's over. Quietly now.
As you wish, main foil. Solidify.
Fuse is lit.
As you can see, the Electro variant is quite fun because you're seeing all the shiny colors.
Order guide you. Gather.
By royal decree.
Gotcha.
By the way, for the buffs, on the first floor, I chose Elemental Mastery. Oh, the Hydro Slime actually blocks your damage. That's very annoying.
Stabilize.
Midnight Fantasy.
Game's up. Runs over. Bust it. Take it easy.
Should not have used the ult. For this floor I have chosen a 20% attack buff.
Solidify.
Gotcha. Bust it.
I'll just wait for him to go in this.
I will have order.
Break these. Then we use Visual's Bird, and then we start the rotation. Okay, the healing stuff is there.
Here comes the catch. Gotcha.
Cavalry,
Quietly now.
shield for Omni Shred, Waifu. Yeah, he's the only reason I brought Electro.
Midnight Fantasy.
Let's just restart the rotation, because I think we can finish him.
Things are about to get dicey. Bust it.
Not gonna have enough energy for the last half, which sucks, but oh well. For the last card we have chosen energy recharge. Tunnel discounts can drain my energy.
Here comes the catch.
Time for a light show.
By the way, for this half I recommend something more that I got. Like I do not recommend running Yoimiya and Yelan unless it's like high investment.
Gotcha.
As you wish, me.
Fuse is lit.
And pay attention to their HP, try to kill them like around the same time.
Stabilize.
Bust it. Things are about to get dicey.
Time for a light show.
Yeah, switch targets as he's about to die. Now we can try to kill them both.
Midnight Fantasy.
Gather.
And there's that. Although I don't think it would need a showcase, I will also be using a Hyperbloom team, just because.
Stand with me.
Game's up. Runs over. Gotcha.
Let the magic begin. Over here. Zip on up.
But you know how Hyperbloom works. It's just Oonga Boonga.
Quietly now. Things are about to get dicey.
By the way, for this I would really recommend an allergy if you have one. I'm not running it because
Out of my way.
it's not about the team as much as it's about Yelan, you know.
Over here.
But it would significantly make it easier for you if you were to run an allergy.
Bust it. Quietly now.
Oh, we didn't get our ult.
Use the spotlight.
That's weird.
The bond is strong.
Here comes the catch. Gotcha.
Oh, settled in.
Oh, I should not have used that. Oops.
Things are about to get dicey.
Surprise! Over here.
Oh, I didn't catch the particles in time. Oh no. Whatever. I believe this guy should be even easier with the Hyperbloom variant.
Quietly now.
Zip on up.
Okay, we have our stuff.
Sharing my knowledge. Yeah. Get out of my way.
Game's up. Runs over.
Let the magic
By the way, for the animal here, you should be running EM build. This is running a crit build, however. But I don't think it matters too much in my case.
Here comes the catch.
I should be dodging, but I really don't
Sounds
care.
a move.
Gotcha.
And there's that. And finally this side.
The bond is strong.
Oh, I don't have like any energy. This will be like really bad.
Surprise! Step on up.
Maybe not.
I'll settle this. Hey,
Game's up. Time's over.
to the spotlight. Over here. This way. Bro. I see everything.
Gutsy.
Sharing my knowledge. Surprise! Be amazed! Get with me! Everyone hold hands!
Busted. Here comes the
As I said before, try to kill them at the same time.
quietly now.
Or close to it. There we go. Here's a Lynette build, but I have shown this in a previous video already. You don't have to run Lynette, obviously. I just ran her because she's new and I like her. So yeah, I think that will do. I could obviously keep showing more team variations, more builds, but I think it's redundant because you might have seen Masanori and stuff being killed over 1000 times, so the content shown should be sufficient. And then again, I have been using the build I showed at the beginning. I didn't change anything on it because I didn't need to, but it's important to keep in mind that while it's not a huge buff, you should be considering trying to keep up her talent at least at 3 stacks, which gives you more max HP, because as you could see, it's like barely 32k at the base for my build, but when I was running 3 different element types and double hydro, it was 38k. And that's another incentive that you should be running double hydro. Not only does it batter you, but it also has the hydro resonance, which gives you more max HP. So I think that's worth to consider. And I think that's all I wanted to say for you today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you got this far, please subscribe, because I will be uploading more showcases in the future. I will be trying my very best to upload more consistently. And thank you again. Bye bye.